Your salespeople always think that price is more of an issue than it really is. First of all, because they always ask you to cut your price. They always do. Why do buyers ask you to cut your price? Because it's their job. Right answer, right? They've got to ask. And when you say, no, that's the price, then they can say, okay, well, at least, I've done my job. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later. It's also an issue because many times, you look at these big presses, and maybe presses isn't the right word for them. These big machines are $2 million, $3 million a piece. You've got a sales rep out there who's making $40,000, $50,000 a year, quoting on a $500,000 project. It's hard for them to wrap their head around numbers that big. See, it seems like really a lot of money to them. And so you get psychological resistance from that. So it's important to train your salespeople to get over those kinds of internal issues as well. And they often really can get it cheaper. Almost, I would say they can always get it cheaper. One, they can go to the internet, they can get it from China if they're not in a hurry, or they can hammer the guy down the street who's hungry for the business. They can always get it cheaper. So here's the first question I need to ask you. Why are they talking to you? They say, oh, wow, boy, that's a lot. That's, geez, can you do any better than that? Why are they talking to you? If they can get it, I can get it cheaper. Okay, well, this whole game hinges on how you respond to that question, because what they really want to see is what they want from you. They want your product, they want your technical expertise, they want your availability, they want your service, and they want the other guy's price. And so our goal today is to teach you how to not fall into that trap and give away your profits. Now, so what if they really can get it cheaper? They say, oh, well, we have a contract with, we can only work with approved vendors. Well, then, many salespeople just turn around and walk away from the business at that point. So ask them, well, how long has this contract been enforced? How long does it last? When does it expire? When does it come up to negotiate? Does it allow for rushes, emergencies, short runs? What are the clauses that might allow an exception to that? What do we have to do to get on your approved vendor list under that contract? Because they'll play that game. You might ask them, do you drive a car? They'll say, this is the part you helped me with, right? And do you have a spare tire in your car? Right? And why do you carry a spare tire? Right, because when it goes flat, it's always where? Middle of nowhere, and when? In the middle of the night, in the rain. So it's just prudent to carry a spare tire. Tell you what, take my business card, let me be your spare tire supplier. Put my card in your Rolodex right behind theirs. For you young people in the group, a Rolodex, this is like before Facebook. It was cardboard, fits in this plastic. Anyway, ask your parents. You can find them in the antique section on eBay. Let me be your spare tire supplier, and when there's a problem, when there's a rush, when you have an emergency, you can get me out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll be there for you. And then you just wait for the inevitable to happen, because eventually they're going to have to call you. Now, ask them this question. How long have you been using these guys? They'll say, forever, right? Well, then, how do you know that you're getting the very best possible pricing? How do you know that you're getting the most advanced, most current technology? How do you know that they're taking care of you the way that they really should? You should be using other vendors periodically, if for no other reason than just to keep your primary vendors on their toes, to keep them honest. Give us 10% of your business. Let us demonstrate to you how we can take care of you. And if we can't do a better job than the guys you're using already, well, then fine, we'll part friends. And the worst outcome is that you'll get better pricing and better service from them as a result of that.